Hey, it's Erin. There are so many training splits out there, but my favorite one right now is total body training. And there are numerous reasons for this. But I think the most important reason is that you're able to get higher frequency per muscle group, and you're able to get better quality reps per muscle group. And I'll explain. Now, when you're doing a traditional muscle split, let's say you're training back and biceps, for example, you are getting a ton of volume in that particular workout, but as you get to the end of the workout, you become physically and also mentally fatigued, which can lead to junk volume. Now, I have nothing against body split workouts. I love them. It's probably my second favorite thing. But if you've been doing them for a number of months, switching to total body splits is a great way to break through plateaus and can help you continue to see progress. So that's my second reason. The last reason is that it works for every single level of expertise. So if you're a beginner, you're just getting started, then you can start with just once per week, move up to twice per week, and you can ease into working out versus just getting a workout program that's 6 days per week and you're trying to go from 0 to 60 at light speed, which typically does not work for long-term changes. You want to do something little, you want to make small changes over time to get the best results. And all of this led me to create the newest training program on my site, which is called FlexFit. And one of the reasons why I think it's so great is that it has voiceover video instructions for every single exercise. So if you like this channel, if you like the workouts in this channel, and understanding angles, understanding the exercise, what the purpose is, how we can manipulate our grips, we can change things, we can change our weight distribution, angles, to really target the muscles exactly where we want them. Because you can build muscle, yes, but it's about that strategic building of muscle that leads to the best results. So if you want more of a cap in the shoulder, or let's say you want more width to your upper back or more hamstrings or more quad sweep, then we really need to focus on not only those compound movements, but the icing on the cake or those isolation movements as well. And that's what this program does. So it's 3 to 4 days per week. You can do more if you want. There are flex workouts in there, hence the name FlexFit. So if you've got 6 days per week, you can definitely fill it up with these exercises. They're for home and they're for gym. Today's workout is a gym workout, but let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see the home version as well. And without further ado, let's do some FlexFit training. Our first exercise is the Zer Squat, one of my favorite squat variations as it directly translates into everyday life activities. Need to pick something heavy up? The Zer Squat is going to be your basic position for doing so safely, and it can allow you to sit a little bit more upright with your upper body. If you have long femurs like I do, you're going to love this squat variation. Now you're going to need either a towel or a squat pad, as the bar is going to sit right in the crook of your elbow. You want to make sure that your bar is at about hip level, maybe a bit higher. This is just to allow you to unrack the bar much easier than if it's higher or lower, of course. Now your hands can be interlocked or they can be side by side with palms facing you. To unrack, make sure that you've got a nice tight core, a flat back, and you're going to take one step back from the safeties just to allow that full range of motion. Feet can be 1 to 2 times shoulder width apart. Weight is going to be pushed through the heels. Core is nice and tight, and you are simply going to sink down, keeping your elbows under you and keeping the bar close to your body. Now at that mid-rep point, you can do a slight pause if you would like, but really think about driving that weight through the heels and coming straight up. Our next exercise is the wide stance RDL. Now, I love varying this stance because you're going to hit the muscles differently each time you do so. And with the wide stance, we're getting a little bit of a better stretch in those hamstrings. We're also putting a little less tax on those neural pathways. So if you have back issues, you may actually like this wide stance a little bit better. And we're also going to hit those adductors or the inner thighs more with this stance. So hamstrings and adductors. You're going to use an overhand grip here, and you're going to push your weight through the heels hinging through the hips. So as you lower the bar, you're going to think about keeping that bar close to you, but pushing your hips back as your upper body descends. You're going to lower the bar to your comfort level. So you want to stop just before your back starts to round. Really important that you keep your back flat throughout the exercise and really think about moving yourself, moving the weight using just your hips, your hamstrings, your adductors. At that mid-rep point, you're going to think about pushing your hips forward and really engaging those hamstrings, continuing to push your weight through the heels. Next exercise is an alternating arm shoulder press. We're going to be using dumbbells here, and the alternating arm shoulder press is excellent because that non-working arm is sitting at a point where you're keeping time under tension on the shoulders. So you've got constant tension throughout this exercise, which makes it much more difficult than just a regular shoulder press. So if you're stuck at a certain weight on shoulder press, this is a great option. This is going to help you make progress without necessarily having to go heavier. You can use a half bench, or make sure you set your bench up to where the back is just about perpendicular to the floor. You can have a slight incline if you would like, so you can have it just beyond perpendicular if you would like. Place the dumbbells on your knees, and you're going to kick them up to the starting point, which is just in front of the shoulder, right in front of the clavicle. Overhand grip here, and you are going to start by pressing one of the dumbbells up and towards the top of your head slightly, and you're going to lower it. Once you reach that starting point with one side, you're going to repeat the range of motion on the other side. And again, this entire time, you're keeping tension on those shoulders. Next, we're moving on to the T-raise. This is excellent for those rear delts. It's a small muscle in the back of the shoulder. It's great for adding width to the upper back. You're going to take your bench and you're going to lower it to about a 45 to 60 degree incline and grab some light dumbbells here. This is going to be helpful because the rear delts are a small muscle and we want to engage them and not engage the back. You're going to make sure that your chest is resting on the back of the bench, and you can also bring your chest up slightly and try to keep your chin up as well. Using a neutral grip, you're going to start with your arms extended, and you are simply going to think about pushing those dumbbells away from each other, not lifting, but pushing them away. Almost as if you had a couple of doors and you're trying to open the doors and you're pushing them away. That's the idea here versus pulling. And this can help keep those traps out of the equation and really hit those rear delts. As you push, you can think about pushing away and forward slightly if you would like. Take your time on that negative and stop just before your arms reach perpendicular to the floor. This is going to help a lot with keeping that constant tension on the muscle and allowing you to make better progress. Next exercise is the double dumbbell pullover. For this exercise, if you usually do pullovers with a single dumbbell, I want you to go a little bit lighter, maybe 75-80% what you would normally do. Now the idea with this is we're going to be hitting the lats, we're hitting the teres. This is an excellent exercise for building width across the upper back. Secondarily, you'll also be hitting chest and triceps. Now to begin, you're going to use your flat bench with the dumbbells on your knees. You're going to kick them up to the starting point, which is extended over your head, perpendicular to the floor with a neutral grip, palms facing each other. And you're going to really think about stretching as you lower these dumbbells over your head, keeping the same bend in the elbow throughout the exercise. Now, if you happen to feel it in your triceps, you're bending your elbow a little too much, and this is causing the triceps to kick in rather to stabilize. Now, you may notice that one side is stronger than the other, and that is the reason why we're going to do these dumbbell pullovers using 2 dumbbells. And it's simply to let you see where the potential weakness is, and it can allow you to fix any asymmetries. with each rep, try to get just a little bit more of a stretch here. This is going to not only increase that range of motion, but we're doing loaded stretching here. This is great for increasing your flexibility and your mobility without having to do this after your workout. Now, at that point where you're getting close to the starting position, I want you to stop just short of that. And you guessed it, this is to keep that time under tension. So you just want to make sure you're getting that good stretch at the bottom and stopping just short of perpendicular with your arms. Our last two exercises are a superset. So we've got our incline bench curls and dumbbell triceps extension. Now with the incline bench curls, grab dumbbells that you would normally use for biceps, lay back on the incline. With the incline, you're looking at about a 60-degree incline here, maybe 75 degrees. If you can, depending on your structure, go ahead and rest your upper arms against the back of that bench. And this is going to immobilize your upper arm and really help keep you from using other muscles other than the biceps. You're going to hold those dumbbells outward slightly. So they're going to be at a 45-degree angle from your body. Being at an incline like this takes your shoulder girdle out. So you're not going to get that front delt contribution like you would get from a normal standing biceps curl. And you're simply going to bend at the elbow, keeping your upper arm immobilized, and you're going to curl up to just before your lower arm reaches perpendicular to the floor. Because again, we're working against gravity with our free weights and we don't want to curl too far, lose that tension. Now you're going to go right into your triceps extensions, and you're going to kick those dumbbells up over your head. And it's an isolation exercise just like your incline bench curls. So your upper arm is going to be perpendicular to the floor and you're going to try to keep it like that. Really training the triceps here, and you're simply thinking about pushing the dumbbell up and away, and you're going to get that full extension and not spend too much time at that mid-rep point, because again, gravity is going to be helping us out greatly here. Go nice and slow on that negative. Make sure you're using a heavy enough weight where you're able to really challenge the muscle, but not so heavy that you're not able to keep your elbows close together. So you really want to try to keep your elbows as close together as you can and really just use the triceps to move the dumbbells. In addition to the home and gym workouts, which are 3 to 4 days per week, we've got the flex workouts. So this is your HIIT, it's your metabolic training, abs, glutes, body weight exercise, and resistance band workouts. So if you're on the go, if you're traveling, you can just throw a resistance band in your bag, or you can do a body weight workout anywhere. So if you don't have a lot of time in your day, you can still get a good workout in. Keep in mind that it is not all or nothing. We can do a couple of minutes here and there and really just rev the metabolism and keep the momentum going. And understand that progress is never a linear thing. It is 2 steps forward, maybe a step back, a half a step back, but as long as your overall momentum is in that forward motion, you're gonna see results. So don't think that you have to train 7 days per week or 5 days per week in order to achieve your ideal physique. If you make pretty good food choices and you go to the gym, you lift weights 2, 3, 4 times a week, whatever you can do, you are going to see progress. And one more thing with FlexFit, there are macro calculators, there are sample meal guides, and there are videos that address a number of topics to help you with your progress and to help you adjust and to see better results. And again, this is not all or nothing. We can have 1,000 excuses why we cannot do something, but you just need that one reason why. And if you're using free workouts on the internet, or if you're using the YouTube workouts, or if you get the program, just keep at it. Be patient, be persistent, and track your progress. Understand that you see yourself in the mirror every single day, and you're often not aware of the great changes that you're making. If you have a bad day, if you miss a couple of workouts, don't stress. If you overeat, don't stress. Just get back to your normal schedule the day after. Don't try to compensate. I love you. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work and never stop trying to achieve your goals. Thanks for watching.